Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Ride Along. And this movie is directed by Tim Story, and it came out in 2014, starring Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. And I absolutely hated this movie. There's literally nothing that I liked about it. And I was kind of thinking that this will be just like a dumb, stupid comedy. Maybe they'll have like a few funny jokes, and I never laughed once while watching this movie. There's literally nothing that I liked. And the first thing that stood out to me while watching this movie was the music and how it was used. It was overbearing and also inappropriately used. It didn't complement the tone of the scene that it was in. And that goes for the entire film. Like, none of the music works. And all of the jokes are terrible, and they just stretch out every scene in this movie until, there's literally nothing left to it. And they do that with the jokes, and everything just goes on forever. And it just doesn't stop in all of the worst ways possible. The characters in this movie are absolutely annoying. I hated every single character in this movie. Kevin Hart was annoying. I didn't find him funny even in the slightest. Ice Cube was annoying. Like, everyone's annoying. The action in this movie is not exciting. It's not well filmed. It's not well executed. And all in all, it's just really boring to watch. And towards the end of the movie, I was thinking to myself, okay, we have about 10 minutes left of this movie. Surely you would think that those 10 minutes would be just like wrapping everything up and just having some like ending to the characters, some character arcs in there, all that good stuff. But nope, the action stretches out to every last second in this movie. And there's basically no character development for any of these characters. So, it's the most basic story ever. We have Kevin Hart, who wants to marry Ice Cube's sister, and he wants to be a cop because he thinks that he'll be respected and be not looked at like a loser, I guess. I don't know. And I don't understand why that had to happen. It was just a really dumb plot, and I get it. It's not supposed to be a super intelligent movie because that's not what it's trying to be, but it just wasn't complimented by being stupid, and I just couldn't get behind it. The pacing in this movie is terrible. Nothing happens throughout most of the movie. Most of the movie is just dumb jokes that don't progress the plot. And it's like the jokes are the meat of the story, whereas the story is I don't know, the side dish maybe, if even that. Which, sure, if you want to focus on comedy, just give us all comedy and no story. Why do we have to have a story here? It's because that's how you make a movie, I guess. I don't know. There were also some movie references in this movie that were just very cringeworthy, if you ask me. Those were some of my least favorite parts about the movie. It's just references for no reason, and it didn't serve any narrative purpose. It was just there just to tell the audience, oh, I know that movie. Do you know that movie? Because that's a good movie. Or at least a much better movie than what you're watching. I couldn't even tell you what happened, generally speaking, in the plot, because nothing really builds in this movie. You just get dumb jokes and just the same thing happening over and over and over again, and that's all you get. And even the tiny bits of story that you do get from this film, it's the most predictable thing in the world. You can see it coming from a mile away. So there's no surprises in the plot. There's no good performances in this movie. There's no good comedy. And the action isn't fun or engaging. So what is left? Nothing. Just absolutely nothing. If all that stuff wasn't bad enough, it's just bad comedy just dragged it down so much for me that it just made the movie just absolutely unbearable for me. And I could not stand it one bit. I think it's been said once by someone, I forget who said this, so credit to you, whoever said this, but there is nothing worse than bad comedy, and If there is, then I don't know what it is. But bad comedy is absolutely, like, almost impossible to sit through, especially when it's this level. So, never watch this movie. I would never recommend it because I just found it to be a painful experience, very excruciating, and it was just exhausting, and I wanted to shut the movie off like 10 minutes in. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Ride Along a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Ride Along, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for, and I'm going to explain this for a second. You might be thinking it's Apocalypse Now, but nope, it is not, because I actually reviewed this movie already, but instead, this came with something that I haven't actually talked about, and that is Hearts of Darkness, A Filmmaker's Apocalypse from 1991, the documentary that this collection came from. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.